kids have this opportunity, but yeah, our CIOGC has given that opportunity, and like especially now in the summer, I'm trying to look for something to do, and it's really hard to find something out there if you're not really engaged. And like CIOGC, I know they have a lot of internships for the summer, so if you guys are staying at home in the summer, that's a really good thing to think about. You know, just not stay at home, but do something. Work at a hospital, you know, do volunteering. See what the masjid needs. Does it need anything? You know, are they doing voting registration? Like, the elections are coming up in November. So if you guys were, I don't know, but our schools were promoting election judging. You know, you just go a day, you know, you help people vote. And it's really good to be engaged. And like the brother said, I was really glad that he wanted to point out that how much important youth is. Because think about it, we're taking the spots of our elders. And who's going to take that if we're not being engaged as young youth? So, I mean, in the long process, it's really good to know that
Dana,
youth should
I have a question, quick question.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking you, believe me, I'm a principal in high school here in Chicago area. I have 350 students in my school from grade 6 to grade 12. And I recently moved from California. I was in Orange County, Los Angeles for the last 11 years, and I used to teach in community college. So I was elected as a parliamentarian with my 33,000 students. And believe me, every year we used to go to meet the governor. We met Governor Davis and Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. And when I introduced him proudly, he said, "What's your name?" I said, "My first name is Muhammad." He said, "This is the great name I ever heard." So I'm proud, like mashallah, you say hijabi is one of the pride of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the reason, believe me, I received email in morning from brother Abdul Javed. I don't know him. And in that email he mentioned Dana on the Senate page. Dana was the judge from Universal School. And Sister Ahlam, she is here since 1974. All this information I received today. And I came to see you that mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you model for our young youth. Because I live in the neighborhood of this community. So I request you from the core of my heart that how did you come on that page? What were the ways that you break the ice to meet the legislator and the senators, that these great youth, they have a spark in their heart, they can also follow you. Can you please highlight? Because mashallah, they have a spark, but they have some hesitation. But how can you remove their hesitation? Allah give it his khair.
Right, so how I was motivated was by me because last year I was a sophomore, so as looking up to, like she said, the seniors class and seeing how he got accepted to Harvard and she got accepted to Northwestern, and you know, it's like, well, what they do, how'd they get to that spot, how'd they get full scholarship, mashallah, to Northwestern, Harvard, all these great universities, how'd they do it? Well, it was part of going back to the community. It's all going back to the community. If you give, they'll give. So it's like a give and take thing, like Ahlam said. You know, we have to engage ourselves. We have to show, as youth, we're not just Muslims. We're not terrorists. We're not what people say. We're not oppressed. We're not, you know, we're not these lazy people who sit at home and do nothing. You know, and also if like another thing is like, because like, you know, if getting grades is a hard thing, then make it up in the community work. You know, show that you're involved. You're not just, oh, well, I'm getting bad grades, so whatever, my life's over. No, it's like, it's okay, I'm struggling, but hey, I'm going to go do something else. And that's another thing, is going out to the community and showing them, it's not even about the community, it's also about yourself and your family. And, you know, why should I be engaged? Well, I was like, well, why should I write this essay at home, this boring long essay? Well, I wrote this essay because it showed me that what I cared for, going back to my tradition, going back to my culture, why I was brought to America. I mean, I'm from Syria, and we used to live in Saudi Arabia. So, you know, my parents brought us here for an education because it wasn't given over there. And they wanted to guarantee that, you know, our kids, inshallah, would, you know, grow up and become successful. And with living in America, there's competition. And competition is very, very, very high. Like I mentioned before, in internships, I know I heard a straight-A student somewhere couldn't even get an internship somewhere. And, like, you know, if you can't get an internship, how are you going to get a job in the future? So it all goes back to, you know, is writing this essay going to benefit me? Of course. You know, is it worth, like, taking this hour from my life to sit and write this essay? Yes, it is. It's very important because this little spark of meeting this senator or this legislator might inspire you like it inspired me to do a pre-law major. And the reasons why is so I can go back to my community and help them fight their civil, you know, help them receive their civil rights and liberties in our communities and whatnot. So, I mean, did that answer the question?
Can I add Brother, thank you for reading my email. I think to your question, how to increase the participation, this is what we are trying to do. This program is focused on bringing the awareness. Particularly, I wanted Dana here because last year our community was always, Alhamdulillah, leading on most of the public engagement efforts. But the youth participation was zero. So that is why I wanted a program like this where it's a combination of adult and youth. But the onus is on us. We can't blame youth for the lack of participation. It is the parents and elders' job. My son doesn't know the resources that are out there. I have to provide them. I have to tell. I was just talking to Brother Dawood that Sarlu should apply for this essay. I think you are specifically asking how your students can join. There is a 22 pages Senate this time, or 12?
There's 12.
12. So there is a deadline on council website. 10th is the deadline.
End of this month.
Yes. So you have to basically apply, write an essay, and then there is a selection made, and your youth can participate. Thank you.
Anything else? Yeah.
Any questions from the youth? Like, you guys want to know anything?
I have a question here. Since Brother Javid said there is a youth zero participation, I would encourage, after 6 months there is an election in November, I would recommend all the Muslims, brothers and sisters, who is 18 or over, please go to your township office, register yourself, and you will be counted. If you register to vote and if you cast your vote, you will be counted. Otherwise, you will not be counted. Nobody hear you. Then actually, if you register to vote, they will come to meet you at your home. They will say, hey, vote me, I will do the best job. If you do not register to vote, if you do not cast your vote, nobody will count you. If you need to be voice, need to be heard, go and cast your vote. Every year they have election. And participate in your community. Participation is more important to work as an election judge. They take the 16 or 17 years of students as an election judge. Yeah, so go and they will come and meet you. So it is very, very, I will encourage our community to please go and register to vote, and your participation and casting the vote, and some of the things, difficult things, in the referendum, you have a referendum and a vote that can be solved. In the voting, there is some referendum.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. So we have, look, there's a mic there, if you can go there.
Oh, I just had a quick question. How many people enter their essays How many people enter their essays for the?
So far, none this
right
year.
So far right now, I know I was talking to Ahmed Ali. She's also the youth coordinator for CIODC. She's helping us promote this within the schools, within our communities, to encourage the youth to do this essay. I know she told me right now she has none. And
there you go. So you can just put your name in the essay.
And like I said, last year there was only 6 spots. This year there's 12. So with our communities, the more the more spots there are, the better chance you have at this essay. And yeah.
April 10th. Today is April 4th. So you have 6 days left.
As a senator page, how much